Yeah. Okay, we're finally pre-live, and oh man, I was doing things a little slow this morning. Got the coffee in hand. Back in the saddle here. This will be a good one here, Greg. Won't it?
Yeah, it will. I got the lemon and honey going.
Thank you, honey,
Yes.
for your lemon.
Had to do it myself.
Whatever, it's fine. I've just been flitting around with stuff here.
So I guess I'm
30
thanking
seconds.
myself.
Like OCD, I like this to be like a certain area. Looks fine. Enough room. Maybe put it up a little bit more. Okay, we're gonna run this here, Greg. Here we go. Back in the saddle. Let's go.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you all had a great weekend. But it's Monday morning and the Turf Nerds are back on Turf's Up Radio. Your industry. Your station. It's time for Evan and Greg to help you grow your business in the green industry. Let's talk about mowers, equipment, landscaping, and so much more. It's time for the Turf Nerds. It's time for the Turf Nerds.
That's us.
It's time for the Turf Nerds. Evan and Greg on Turf's Up Radio. Your industry, your station. Call us now. 856-446-8873. Your industry, your station.
Well, happy Monday, March 9th. We're back in the saddle, Greg, aren't we?
And yes, we are. And happy Monday to you, and particularly your first Monday with a new baby, huh?
Another new baby, child number 2 in the books. We're already ready for the third one, right? To start loading them up. Here we go. Let's grow the lawn and landscaping
Loading
business.
them up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure Hannah would appreciate that after going through what she did, right?
Oh,
Load it
that
up, honey.
Yeah, just let's go for another one as soon as you can. We're going again. No, but it's been an absolute blessing. It couldn't have fallen at a better time as business owners, right? Well, if you kind of want to, I guess, plan your children around the off season, don't you?
Yes, you do. You're just like a Major League Baseball player now, right?
Oh yeah, you got the.
yeah.
We're in spring training. We're approaching spring training right now, and the off season's done.
Had the baby in spring training, and so you can then you can go mow as opposed to having it in the middle of the season. So
Mowing's getting pretty close. 856-446-8873. We're back. If people didn't figure it out, had a baby. So we did some classic Turf Nerds reruns, Greg.
yeah,
We had replayed the show a couple times last year, or last week. Lawnmower Blades 101, the truth about your mower blades with Garrett Bauer. You know, it's a fantastic. Well, I was listening to it kind of in the hospital there, and I didn't realize. I mean, we were even talking about it, Greg. I said, "Hey, this is actually really good content." I said, "Oh, this is not bad."
who had any idea? Who would have known?
Who would have thought? I said, "Holy smokes!"
Yeah, that was a good show. Garrett was very detailed for us, gave us a lot of information, and he brought some good stuff to us. So, and how often you sharpen your blades?
Oh, me? Oh, I sharpen my blades like every 8 to 12 hours, 8 to 12 mowing hours.
You
That's
listen to
how you
Garrett.
should do it. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's what Garrett recommends. 8 to
I mean,
12
for the
hours
longest
on
time, Greg, we didn't know that, right? So we would just kind of do whatever with the blades, and I mean,
Hmm.
we didn't know that for the longest time. But it doesn't it make sense? I mean, Cameron Duncan with the old lawn care life in Missouri,
Missouri.
he's been doing this thing, Greg. He's been posting a lot on Facebook only because he's trying to test to see if the algorithm will boost his post more, and I think it kind of works. And
Hmm.
so he had done kind of a tongue in cheek post, or like Evan over at Turf Nerds podcast that sharpens his blades every 8.2 hours. So some people were actually kind of lambasting me in that. I'm like, no, like actually watch what he says, because if you wait so long, I've done that where I've waited like 30 hours of mowing hours to sharpen, Greg. Then I sit there for like 20 minutes just taking off a lot of material. Whereas, if you sharpen them frequently and every 8 to 12 mowing hours, you're only going to be, wasting 5 minutes.
Yeah, I noticed that too. I was working on the blades one time, and then started sharpening them a little more often, and boy, it saved a lot of time. So you can, everybody thinks that it's going to take me a lot longer to sharpen these, or it's going to take me too much time to sharpen them, so they wait longer. But if you wait longer, you're going to spend a lot more time doing it. So just get yourself some backup blades, at least a couple pair of backup blades. And
Oh,
well, I don't know how many you have, but I sharpen you generally 20 to 25. I think I've had to reduce some this year, or last year I had some that were just bent or no good anymore. So I think I'm down to about 20 blades now. But you guys got to have some extra blades for you. And then I just pull them out, spend about an hour sharpening them all,
sure.
and then put them away. And now I have blades ready to go.
I am on the Magnamatic website right now, guys. It's really interesting, Greg. I mean, kind of want to list all their products they have. We get nothing from them. Garrett's just a really good guy, and he's treated us well. And we had him on our show last year for his hedge blade trimmer sharpener, which is awesome. So they got the blade balancers, they got blade sharpeners, hedge trimmer, blade sharpener, blade cleaners. You buy workstations from them, dust collectors. That's huge. They got stands, lighting, CO exhaust, blade hole adapters, and then what I thought was cool down here, Greg, they have snowmobile clutch balancers. Huh.
Hmm.
I never I, I never knew a snowmobile needed to have a clutch balanced.
I did not
Huh.
know that, nor did I. So
You
I
need
don't even know
it's
what
like
that looks
if you're a
like.
snowmobile or a UTV enthusiast or a power sports tech, you need the tools, blah 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 blah. Are variable clutch balancing instruments. Huh. It
Hmm.
looks like these are slightly different. So it's like my blade balancer, but it's got like more like a post like a longer post on it, which is interesting. 856-446-8873. You ever, I guess, balance a clutch on a snowmobile or a UTV? Isn't that interesting? Wow.
I never knew you needed to do it. So, but they have some pretty cool stuff. Oh, they got an angle gauge on there as well, and I'm just kind of taking a look at chipper blade vise. What's a chipper blade vise?
I mean, all the products are like quality. That's why I like really appreciate Garrett here. Hold on, I'm adjusting my chair here. So I mean, we've knocked Greg, and we can easily knock this, which makes sense. It looks like all the stuff in Magnamatic is built in house and built in here. Didn't Garrett say that? I mean, he told us so much, but I think all the stuff is in house. They don't have any China parts, do they?
No, everything's built here, from what I understand, and which is kind of neat because then you've got you're doing what you're taking care of the country. So we're not outsourcing stuff. I remember years ago, I decided, I need to get an American flag. And you know what I couldn't find in an American flag was
Hmm.
one that was made in the USA.
Well, yeah,
And
they're all made in China.
yeah, I was looking and looking, and I couldn't find one that was made in the USA. And it was just really odd. I finally found one, but I thought it really odd that I couldn't find a US flag made in the USA. I mean, there's some guy down in, I think it's Findlay, Ohio. There's a flag place down there,
He any
and
good?
I think they're pretty good. Yeah. So, but I did finally find one and use that, and I was happy. I just couldn't see buying a U.S. flag from a communist nation.
Yeah, it's interesting that even I mean, if you wanted to even step it up one bit, like these countries would even make our own flags. Like, no, we don't want to make an American flag because you're not American, right?
Yeah, it was just it was kind of scary, and not scary, but it was just really odd that I was having to go outsource my American flag. So
And they're
fortunately, it's
cheap
all
too. We've lived in the same house for 5 years, guys, and I used to have a flagpole, Greg, near near the garage, and I'd mounted it right to the brick and mortar on my garage with anchors. It was great. We had a really strong spring day, probably like 4 years ago. And don't you love it, guys? When we get closer to spring, the wind really ramps up, and the wind took the whole flagpole off the house. So
wow.
I had been through several different types of flags, all patriotic stuff, and then the neighbors who are sadly no longer really living at the house next door. He's not doing too well. I think he's he's going to be passing away soon.
Mm,
They have an actual like flagpole in the ground. And
yeah.
it's old school and it's awesome. And I've changed out the flag on that a couple of times, but I guess it doesn't matter either way you put it. It could be out in the middle of the dead open. The flag, it still finds a way to kind of fray up because I think it's just the wind.
Hmm. You know, you mentioned outdoor flag. I was up north visiting a friend this weekend, and last half of the week, and it was funny because he had a flag, like hung it on the side of his garage, and he um he went out to get it, pulling in at night, and couldn't find it. It was gone. Well, who would steal a flag? And he come to find out they looked and looked, and then they asked, they're in a condo, and the neighbor, attached condo. It's like a duplex condo, and he asked the wife of the neighbor next door, "Hey, did you see my flag or anything?" And she says, "Oh yeah, so and so." Her husband uh, picked it up and brought it into their place to keep it warm.
Wait, keep a flag warm?
Yes, he brought it in. He's dealing with some dementia right now, and he decided to bring it in, and so he could keep it warm.
That's
So
kind of weird. Sorry, I
yeah,
just turned my mic down a bit, Greg. I didn't realize was this sound better? Was that too hot?
I
This
didn't
sound
even
good?
notice.
Oh, well, I had the gains all set right, but on the Roadcaster you actually have the sliders and stuff, and that's what outputs out to everyone. I didn't want to knock anyone dead yet here.
Hmm.
All the tech woes, but yeah, keeping it warm. I mean, uh, you, you ever had any lawn clients that do any kind of weird things like that, Greg?
I don't know if I've had any weird things. I had one lawn that I was cutting. They didn't pick up after their dogs. They didn't pick up the sticks that fell from their trees. They'd put their they would put their lawn furniture out. And they wouldn't put it away, and I had to keep calling them and saying, "Okay, look, if you want me to pick up these sticks, it's $25, and if you want me to put away your lawn furniture, it's $25 extra." And I didn't pick up the dog poop, and because they had two big huskies,
Oh,
and
forget
I wasn't
that,
doing
right?
that.
Oh
So I'd
no.
call them and say, "You got to clean up this yard,"
Oh
and
yeah.
and then they'd clean it up, and I'd be mowing because I had like 7 lawns right in this area that I'd clean up, and I'd be mowing the lawn, and the kid would let the dogs out while I'm mowing the lawn,
Oh.
and I go, "What are you doing?"
It makes you so irritated because if you're already behind anyways and it's the spring and the lawns are growing anyways, and you have people just think they can go out and be your best friend while you're cutting the grass. I mean, that's why we've talked about this like last week and the previous week. That's why you have your policy now. Don't come approach me when I'm mowing the grass.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the other thing is they had the dog line in the yard, so they had the thing screwed into the grass. So I'd have to disconnect that and, put it up on the porch so that they knew that it was disconnected, and then the kid hooks it back up while I'm mowing the lawn, and, I almost hit it. So, because I didn't realize he had done it at first.
But they
So,
got nothing better to do. Oh man,
no,
the
he had
oh
yeah, it
trust
was
me, we've talked about this. We hate invisible fences. Well, I do when we aerate. I mean, they put them 2 inches in the ground. Or in the kicker is though, I had this client. They'd moved away, Greg. They were a young couple. They had two golden retrievers, and towards the end, he didn't pick up any of the dog crap. And I was talking to his wife about it. She goes, "Oh, just bill him." So I finally just decided maybe to tack on a couple more bucks to his bill because there's just poop everywhere. Well, they had the dog fence flags. They put them in. It took him like it was already installed, like the fence. He never, ever, 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 ever removed the flags. So finally, one week, I got really mad. I just got off the mower, hopped off, kind of angrily picked him up off the ground and put him right next to his door. I said, "Fine." He's like, "You're not going to do this? Then I will."
Yeah. I've finally learned that if there's flags in the lawn, I do not pick them up, or I don't trim around them either. I just go around them, and they have this long grass right around their flags because I'm not going to waste my time getting up real tight, real close to them, and
See how long it
inevitably, if
takes.
I'm going to take them down, and they're going to go flying away, and now you got to you got to put back this flag that's bent in all kinds of different directions. So I
That's
just go around them now.
Yeah, that's irritating because I'm like Mr. Blade, like connoisseur crazy guy, and I've been mowing. Those flags will actually do some damage to your blades. They will chip part of your blades. And
Hmm.
I'll be sitting there, you accidentally clip one, and oh man, then I'll do the quick sharpening where you take a file, guys, and you can take the file and just kind of deburr the blades. We learned this from Garrett Bauer over at Magnamatic, Greg. Deburring the underside of the blade helps out big time. But I'll kind of just try to slowly, if I hit a nick or a chip, and I'll jack up the mower next to the trailer on job site, or even just right up a curb, and you just kind of just file it down so it kind of just gets flattens out and same there with the corner. And it kind of works, right? But
Hmm.
I've seen guys who have mowed over utility flags and they get caught in the tires. Like they've actually like lost air in their tires. It's pretty funny.
I haven't done that yet. Fortunately, I haven't been able to do that. But you mentioned a good point. Just putting your mower up on a curb. I figured that out on one day, and because it was
Oh,
just
how'd
so
you figure it
wet, and I
out?
had my deck was just full of grass, and so I popped it up on a curb and scraped it all off. And the other thing I've done is I've just taken my blower, and I don't know if you've done that, where you just take your blower and stick it underneath and try and at least blow off some of it, and keep shoving it in there as far as you can get it in, and that helps save that'll help clean it up a little bit too.
Yeah, we're approaching this soon, Greg. We will be in those it'd be a couple weeks of really, really lush lawns, and I'm gonna have to scrape the mower deck probably every 8 to 10 lawns because we'll be getting that soupy grass, and then people get crazy. They start turning on their sprinklers whenever they want to. It's like you don't need. It's like the the people that turn the sprinklers on in the spring when we clearly don't need to turn them on.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't understand it, and it's frustrating. I think last year, if I remember, I was, how we usually it's through the end of May, maybe the first 2 weeks of June where you've got those thick lawns. I think last year I was through end of June where the lawns were really, really thick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was hard because, you're having to double cut all these things, and it was taking some time. So,
I'm just gonna keep them like really, really tight this year though. Like not burn them, but cut it down. Not make it brown. No one's ever complained at us, Greg, for cutting it too short. Except that one guy, that client that you had, that came out with a ruler and make sure they had it the right way. That could be an SNL.
he wanted it long, and on top of it he wanted it longer. So, he was one of the guys that wanted me to cut it at 4 inches.
It, yeah, 4 inch cut in the middle of spring or any growing season is crazy. I think that optimal cut for us maybe is about 3.25 or 3.5. I mean, I've cut at 3, I've cut at 2.75. I mean, some of them I did a cleanup once about 2 years ago, Greg, where I mowed it on 2.75 because the lawn was it was going dormant and it was not as lush anymore, and even that height didn't really cause it to scalp out. I was just trying to get it low just to mulch up the leaves.
The I'm trying to think the lowest I've ever cut might be 275, and that's usually in the fall. I don't go that low during the season, but I'll go 275 or 3 in the fall. And you see the cat in the background there?
No, I can't. Hey, if you guys watch us live, because I think this show will be on the podcast platform after today,
Hmm.
and so there's Greg's famous cat. Just make sure he doesn't hop up there and blip his keyboard, because then I'll be doing the show solo. But
Yeah.
no, yeah, like always at least for like any sort of cleanup work, I was always just cutting as low as you possibly can because you want the grass to be really short, so then the leaves blow on the neighbor's yard. Right? Like, oh well, nothing I can do about that when the wind comes in.
Yeah, yeah, that's the way to do it. But yeah, so I'll try and as the fall approaches, I start cutting the lawns a little bit lower at a time. And rather than just hit it one time, I'll just over like a 2 or 3 week period, usually about 3 week period, I'll start lowering the blades and trying to get them down as much as I can without scalping. And then you got to remember which lawns you got to um, cut at 3 and which ones you cut at 275 so you don't scalp. And so, and you'd think I'd make a note of it somewhere. Nope.
I've done that before. I've cut some lawns either too high or too short. And then you have this one section that's just, oh, oh, it's kind of funny. So the multi-force, you know how it has the deck pin adjustment for the height?
Oh, yeah.
I've sometimes, that's come out, like that kind of rattled out once and I was going. And this is one patch of grass where you can just tell where the spindle marks were and where it would cut. Like it wasn't brown, but it was quite lower. I said, oh, that's definitely a scalp mark. Make sure that your deck height pin adjuster little thing is actually secure in there, because was it your mower that where they actually put the deck height pin, like they mounted it on a wire to the frame?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they didn't do
Which is
that
good
with the
because a lot of
multi-force.
times, I'm sorry, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Oh, there, like riff on that. They didn't do that with the multi-force. It's just a little loose pin that can pop out.
Well, if it falls out on the lawn, how are you going to find it?
You're not going to find it. And then Toro
No.
will just make you buy a new one. That's how it
Yeah.
works. They want you to buy new stuff anyways.
Yeah, no, that wire is come in handy a few times because there's times where I it's popped off when I've had to raise the deck all the way up, and that's generally when it pops out is when I have the deck all the way up. Like if I'm doing leaves or something, and like first couple passes or first pass, I'll do it all the way up, and then that thing will pop out with it all the way up because there's nothing keeping it in place. Although it's supposed to flip, but if you hit a bump or something, and if you just hit enough at transport speed,
Transport speed is Greg's signature here in this industry. Hey, do you guys cut in transport speed? 856-446-8873.
Hello, this is Greg.
No, but I like the deck height adjustment pin on the Bobcat. It seems like it's a tad more secure because it's like a bented a bent U, isn't it? Basically upside down bent U. I mean bented. That's not even a new word. Bent. Yeah, bented. Ugh.
yeah, okay. Let me see. Yeah, it's kind of got a shape to it that holds it in place. It's supposed to hold it in place too. So occasionally it'll, even when I've got the deck in place, like if I'm at 3.5 or something, and if you hit a bump, sometimes that'll shift a little bit on you. And but yeah, it's a decent design, and it allows it to keep it in place. Somebody else had a really good design for lowering for their deck mount. I can't remember who it was, but I remember seeing it that it was pretty good. So, but yeah, the Bobcat, they do a nice job with that, and like you said, having that wire on there has saved me a lot of times because I didn't even notice that it popped out, and then I look over and I see the thing hanging down. And fortunately, it doesn't hang down too far that it gets caught and everything as well. So they've measured it out precisely.
Well, it's funny you say that. My buddy and I, we both bought our Cub Cadets, Greg, at the same time, like 3 years ago or 4 years ago. Same model and everything, but his deck height adjustment pin was actually mounted and wired on to the frame of the machine. Mine was not. And I'm sitting there, isn't this that? How does did they? I mean, it was a COVID mower, so whatever. But yeah, I thought his was too. But I think maybe his model might have been different than mine because mine sat. My Cub Cadet Pro X 660, it sat for 2 years. It was manufactured on like 420, and then that's right, 420. Then I got it in I think 2022, and then 2023 I got the multi-force. Like, isn't that? I just didn't, it didn't set right with me. 856-446-8873. Would you buy a mower that's set for a new mower that's set for 2 years? Nope. I think looking back in the day, I would want one off the press made just for me.
Just for me, like all the other 1,000 ones that they made that day. This one's made just for me.
One that's at least manufactured though in a more recent, I guess, time frame, not in not 2 years and then have it sit, and then all the parts for it were just expensive. That's where MTD, I think that's Stanley Black and Decker. All their replacement parts, Greg, are ridiculous.
Wow. The yeah, you're unsure there because if it sat for 2 years, you probably should have gotten a good price on it. But if it was there for 2 years, what's the new model like versus the older model? And because just like you said, you got some updates here and there. However, yours was a 420. That was right just before all the COVID stuff started happening. Like I talked to a friend of mine, and he does RV inspections, and he says when he goes out to inspect the RVs, inevitably the ones that were built in 20 and 21 are not good. He says,
Really?
if you're going to buy an
Wow.
RV or trailer or something,
Uh-oh.
motorhome, he's don't buy it that was built in 20 or 21. And he said they're just not right. He said he finds a lot of issues with them. So, but yours was built just before everything happened. So,
Because I thought that, like, it went down. We just call it the whatever you want to call it, pandemic. It went down in like February of 2020 because we were actually coming back from my grandparents' place in Florida. And people were all being all weird with the masks on the plane. We didn't know really what to think. And then March hit, and then everything shut down for 2 weeks. And if it's manufactured in 420, maybe those parts were fine previous to it, but I just call it a COVID parted mower. I just looking back, I should have asked Ted, my sales rep, hey, why don't you sell me a mower that was more recently manufactured? Because I think Cub Cadet, we walked by their booth there at the expo, Greg. They've updated quite the bit to that Cub Cadet. I remember them kind of showing us some things that they did, and I think at the time that was 11,600. I paid it off, but that's a pretty penny and a pretty price. And I think Cub Cadet had a pretty good warranty because we love talking shop about mower warranties and who has the best out there. I think Cub Cadet had a really good one. I'll have to go look this up here. I think they had a pretty darn good warranty on that. And no, it's been a pleaser. I've been pleased with the mower thus far. My buddies Derek and Ryan over at Metro Lawn Care, which we'll try to get them on the show. They weren't all that enthused about the Cub Cadet because they borrowed it once, and I had some crappy blades on there, and it was cutting like junk. So I'm like, oh, good luck with that. Like, this thing's terrible in wet grass. I'm like, yeah, it's not the greatest.
No, the I'm trying to think, who was it? Wright had the really good leaf, the bagger system. Didn't they have a real nice bagger system? And it was easy to raise and lower the bagger, so the lid for the bagger. I think Wright had that. So some guys come up with some really good designs. They just hit, and they figured out. They got good engineers, and they come up with something good. But yeah, like you said, the Cub is up their game a little bit more, and it's nice to see that though. That these guys are starting to go, okay, we've got to do something a little bit nicer because the other guys are coming out with good stuff, so we need to keep up. So they're keeping themselves all in line and making sure that they get better and better product out there.
I mean, here's what this is. For Cub Cadet commercial stand-on or zero-turn mowers, the warranty is generally 3-year warranty with no hour limit on the machine itself. I think that's better than. I think Toro's
no hours is nice.
I think Toro's was 2-year warranty and a 2-year warranty and a no-hour limit. Many commercial models also include additional structural coverage, 5-year, 1,200-hour limited warranty. That's kind of what Toro did there. The engine itself is usually covered by the manufacturer, Kawasaki, Kohler, which typically has its own warranty. But so in practical terms, for Cub Cadet commercial units, including the stand-on platforms with like the Pro X series, machine warranty 3 hours, no limit. Certain components 5 years or 1,200 hours on the model. Engine covered separately, huh? Dealers sometimes offer a Cub Cadet extended protection plan to add up to 2 years. I think they gave that to us during COVID because I remember it being like a 7-year warranty on something weird like that. Maybe I'm wrong, but it was higher than the average.
Wow, that's pretty good. It's like a Costco warranty, right?
That'd be funny. Costco with mowers. I would like to.
No, I mean Costco. When you buy stuff from Costco, they have their warranty, the manufacturer's warranty, and then Costco gives like an extra year of theirs, and then you can buy an extended warranty if you like. So, but yeah, the hours. Whose was it? The one time we were looking at it, they offered like a 1,500 or 2,000 hours in
was that Yakta?
What they offered was like 1,500 hours they give you a 5-year warranty or 1,500 hours.
Yeah. Here,
Well, you go
let me
through
look.
that 1,500 hours conceivably in at least 2 years. You'd be through the warranty, and the rest of it didn't matter because you were up past your hours. So I thought, who's not doing that many hours on their mowers? So
I don't know. I'm
the
just trying to like look this up here right now.
Yachta actually I thought had a decent
They did.
decent warranty, and they did take care of their dealers. They were really well paid if they had any warranty work that they had to do. So
What does
but
this say here?
I can't remember who it was, but we were really surprised at how few hours they gave.
List all of their warranties.
Because I think I put on about 400 hours a year on mine, 500 maybe. And
There you go. Just doing some little research. Okay, Toro Grandstand typically 5 years for 1,200 hours. Okay,
5 years, 1,200 hours.
Yeah, then Exmark 5 years or 1,250 hours, which I mean Toro owns Exmark. Skag 2-year commercial machine warranty, 3-year cutter deck spindle warranty on many models for Skag. Interesting why they have that. Right Standards, ZXT 2 years unlimited hours or 5 years for 500 hours, whichever comes first. Ferris 4 years, 500 hours, 2+2 warranty. First 2 years unlimited hours. Hustler. Many commercial models, 5 years, 1,200 hours. First 2 years, unlimited. Gravely, 3-year commercial warranty. Kubota, 2-year commercial warranty. Grasshopper, 2 years, 500 hours. Bad Boy, 2 years, unlimited warranty. Yachta, 5 years, 2,000 hours, bumper to bumper. Cub Cadet, 3 years, unlimited. And Bobcat, typically 3 years for 2,000 hours. Huh.
See, now 2,000 hours. What did you say, Bobcat? Bobcat was 5 years, 2,000 hours?
Yeah, Bobcat's typically 3 years or 2,000 hours on commercial mowers. I don't know how accurate that is, but the sources are pulling from the website, which is always good when you get the information from the source. But then yet again, people don't even update their websites too.
Who was the one that you said had 5 years, 1,200 hours? I think it was the first one you said.
Oh, there's Toro. It's Toro the Exmark because Exmark's 1,250. Huh.
5 years,
Interesting.
1,200 hours.
Yeah.
So, you know what that breaks down to?
What?
If you cut 30 hours a week, or 30 hours a week, 30,
Yeah. I'm mowing
30 cuts
hours
a
week.
year,
Yeah.
that's 8 hours a week of
Yeah.
mowing.
I guess if people that don't mow that much, or
I guess, yeah, that's for the weekend guy that's he's picking up 10 or 20 lawns. He's picking up 10 lawns on the weekend just to make a little extra money. He bought his commercial mower. So that's the guy that's going to benefit from the 8 hours a week. But
What,
for
so you're
somebody
doing
like you and I,
you're doing what? 52 divided by 1,250, right?
no, I did 30 based on
Oh,
30. If it's
30
52, it's
cuts.
even worse.
Oh,
So those guys down in Florida, they're cutting all season. 1,200
So
hours
1,200
divided by 52.
27.
No, that's wrong. 1,200.
I mean, 1,200 divided by 27 is 44. So if you had 27 cuts, right?
Yeah, and then,
44
and then
hours a
divide
week.
that.
Our quick math here is great. What do you guys think about this? 856-446-8873. I'm trying to resurrect the phone lines here. We've had some issues, but I think it's back here. I mean, you ever had like a text thread where it just, I'm going to turn these guys off, where all of a sudden you come back to it, there's like 15 messages. It's like, I don't need these guys to be bothering me during our live radio show. As you were, Greg?
Well, I was just saying that when they're 1,200 hours is nothing, and that you can pretty much go through that in your case, you go through that in almost a year, right?
Yeah, what? 2023, I basically racked 1,000 hours on my multi-force guys in one season. So my my warranty said bye-bye quickly. But I think the average, though, guys should put anywhere from probably 400 to 600 hours a season on a mower. I think that's typically what it is. So they kind of get you there. Do they assume that you're going to use it? They probably assume that, these people they're buying this machine, they're going to use it. So we'll say 1,200, 1,250 or the 5 years for people who really don't use the machines.
Yeah, but I just don't. I guess they're hoping that people don't use it, but I think the manufacturers need to up their game a little bit here, and and extend that warranty a little bit more. and if they're going to go with hours. Like you said, Bobcat, that seems like a reasonable number. I put on 15 to 20 hours a week on the mower. So so it's not I guess I just do a lot of trimming. So
Oh
but
yeah, I do a ton of trimming too. Like I think guys haven't timed it. I need to do a better job at timing how long it all. Literally, my hands on the mower. Just time that, Greg. So I had my hands on the mower for I don't know 35 hours a week, but I trimmed for 18 hours. It's crazy the amount of trimming can really set you back.
yeah. Yeah, and I've just noticed that when I was doing the trimming, or when I change the blades and oil at the same time, because I usually change mine change it every 100. So if I'm right at 2,000 hours and I change the oil, and that first week I just looked and see how much I did at the end of the week, and it was like 2015 or 2018. So
Oh
that's
yeah.
how I know I'm roughly doing about 15 to 20 hours a week on the mower.
Well, let's do a quick switch to a word from Chris. They're the big dogs here, Greg.
How many times have you tried to switch away from gas-powered OPE only to find the power wasn't there and you needed too many batteries to avoid long charge times? Not anymore. Crest Commercial Landscape Tools provide the same level of power and performance as their gas counterparts, but with a revolutionary battery technology. Supported by the Crest Cyber System, the 60-volt CyberPack batteries can charge in 8 minutes or less. Finally, professional landscapers can confidently make the change to battery without sacrificing power, performance, or runtime. Crest, it's the only choice to replace gas. Visit Crest.com.
Isn't that kind of interesting? The only choice to replace gas. I mean, I personally think that gas will never be replaced, but I think the small hand tools are very nice.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I haven't. My understanding is they put out some really nice stuff. There's some good hand tools out there, and so that's something that you got to look at and see. But
I'm all about the smaller handheld batteries. Yeah. Cameron Duncan's making a joke. Let's say you mow 45 minutes per day and have 45 cuts per year. Should you sharpen your blades 45 times? No, it's every 8 to 12 hours. he thinks that's a joke. That's probably why he has stragglers in his lawns because he never sharpens his blades. So some of these guys, I mean, they're like, why is it cutting bad or looking bad? Well, you don't sharpen, and then they get like thrown out of balance. Like, sure, I have the balancer and people knock me on it. Cameron knows that we're just joking. They knock me. It's like, okay, sure. So some guys have been doing this 20 years and never balanced a blade. I get it, but you rotate and balance your car tires. I'm just going to take the extra precaution because guys are lazy and they don't pick up stuff or they hit stuff, Greg. And if it's severely out of whack, your engine, like you can feel it kind of shaking and sounding different.
yeah, what's funny is I was helping that friend of mine this when I was up north. I was helping him prep his commercial or his residential mower. He has a John Deere residential.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and so I was sharpening his blade. His blades were bad, and I say, you really need new blades. But I was sharpening his blades, and I went to spin the. I always spin them just to make sure that I like it. And I noticed
you spin the spindle.
Yeah, and well, I'm spinning it just to make sure I got the blades on tight too, in case they're going to pop loose, and because I was using his impact. And I started to spin it, and I noticed that it was
Gear 248.
it was really, really loud.
Turf's up. What's going on?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey, Rocky, how you doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Oh, we're up and at it, Greg. We're tired, aren't we?
Well, that time change will affect you. How you doing, Rocky?
Good, Greg. Hey, Evie, you got to turn Evie's trying to turn it on live here too. We're on the radio. Say good morning.
Morning.
Uncle Greg, you can't have any excuses about the time change. Evan, you get a little bit of a mulligan on this. You did have a baby. Congrats.
No, thanks, Rock. Greg's but Greg Doddles, he's always trying to like plan his next world takeover or like world dominance. So
Yeah, we'll be looking for that.
Yeah.
Evie
right
and I
now
are
I don't
dragging
have to
our
worry about
wagons
it.
just a little bit. We went and saw Brandon Lake concert last night. It was great.
So-
Brandon Lake.
Yeah, he's an artist he's actually a really popular artist. I mean, from Moen, we'll do podcasts, but I'll listen to like a ton of music though too. I think he's a pretty well known Christian artist, and they had it at Little Caesars Arena. So I mean, you're the music guy, Greg. I mean, you can tell us about anything.
Yeah, Brandon Lake. He was. I'm trying to think. The when I first turned on the Charlie Kirk memorial, I think he was on. It was the first song I happened to hear, and he was
on
really
that.
good. Wow, it was good.
Yeah. It was a sold out crowd at Little Caesars Arena, and it was all lit up. It was really a nice concert with my daughter and Michelle. We had a nice time. He had Bailey Zimmerman also was there and performed his new release, or I guess a song that's not even released yet. Evie, do you remember the name?
Just believe.
There you
Just
go.
Believe. Interesting, man. That's
You heard it here first on Turf Nerd.
Here we go, guys. This is pretty awesome. Now we got the lines, Rocky. I always tell Rocky because we talk about anything business, shop, lawn care. I'm like, hey, call in again here just to make sure that we got the lines working because this app is kind of funky, Greg. I mean, Rocky might be helping. He might have some time, Greg, for some side jobs with me coming up here in the spring. I mean, we got to attack these cleanups here. If it stays warm, we might be able to get out there.
You know, I mean, we've
Beautiful
got.
day today.
I'm sorry I interrupted you. Go ahead, Rocky.
Oh, I'm sorry, Greg. I was just saying we're driving, taking Evie to school right now, as I did the last time I called. The sun is trying to come up still. It's a little quiet, but it's a beautiful looking sunrise. And yeah, you're right. If we get some nice weather like this, people are going to be itching to get the yard cleaned up.
Yeah. Hey, you know another artist that I've gotten along with, I've gotten to listen to more is Micah Tyler. You guys familiar with him?
I know him. Yeah, he's been in the I guess Christian music industry for a while.
Yeah, he has been, and for some reason, I knew a couple of his songs, but I really didn't pay attention as much as I should have. But I really he's got a song Perfectly out that's really good. And I came across that and I said, wow, I really like this one. But then I've started listening. He's going to be going to Shipshewana, I believe. He's going to be playing there in, I think, April. And,
Really?
Yeah, really. And I thought about trying to catch him.
Let's go find Aaron Sutter down there. He's a Mennonite. I mean, he probably hangs out near Shipshewana, doesn't he?
Yeah, he might. He could be doing that. So, but no, it was pretty good to hear him. So, I was just looking at Cameron's notes. It is pretty funny that sharpen your blades every so often. He says, but his customers like the Mohawk cut when he's not cutting, or when he's not sharpening his blades.
What riding mower do you have, Rocky? It's a 50-inch Toro.
Yeah, it's a zero turn. I think is it a 50 or 52? I think maybe just a 50. And I wish I'd have bought the 60 at the time. Greg, you'll get a kick out of this. I didn't have a trailer yet, and I picked up a small trailer. I only have it for my place. I have about an acre, but I like to take it out to Mom's out at the farm, and where there's like 10 acres. Not all. A lot of it is horse pasture, but I got that so that I can cut the grass there too. And I thought that I could actually get it in the back of my truck on a ramp. And then I messed around with that and messed around with it and realized you just need a little convenient trailer. But that's why I originally got the 50. It is good for the residential. I mean, just, not going commercial, just doing my own. I imagine I have seen people cutting with those though. What is it called? The Time. Geez, now I can't. Time Saver?
Time Master?
A Time Master, but there's also like a Time Cutter, I think. It's called a Time Cutter, right?
There you go, Evan. My head is a little foggy this morning because, again, going to the concert, us old guys can't handle that, making the bell in the morning.
Toro Time Cutter 50.
Think of that.
Yeah, it's actually a solid machine. Rocky, some of these guys, like commercial guys, they actually cut with this residential mower because you were striping up your lawn, Rocky. They actually did a pretty good job.
Oh, it looks great. It is really nice. I'm happy with it, and then getting on the like the bigger machines, then it kind of ruined it for me. It's like then I feel like mine is like a little go-kart or something. And when I first got it, I thought it was amazing. It was like and it is. It's just great, but it's just that little. It's just a little smaller in all areas, and when you get in the bigger one, the cut feels a little better even. But no, it's great for my purpose, and it's really light and convenient to move around.
Yeah, it was funny when Greg was on that little time cutter. I mean, it's like I said, when Rocky was on that time cutter, Greg, it was like Rocky's in shape. Like he's not like he's a pretty big guy. Like looks good, but it's like, man, that's a smaller mower. It's just amazing how bigger the mowers get once you really get outfitted into that 60-inch market, because they got commercial 30s. 32s like the Snapper and Hustlers and things like that. But it's funny when you have like even a 60-inch residential. There's a far difference in that. Isn't there?
It's funny because I had a client that moved. I was mowing his lawn, and the guy that replaced him, I knocked on the door and said, "Hey, do you want me to keep cutting for you?" And he's, "No, I'm going to get my own mower." This guy's probably about 6'6" when I was talking to him. He's a big boy, and he bought a 42-inch Ego. He looks pretty silly sitting on that 42-inch Ego at that size, as big as he is. So it's kind of funny to see. But yeah, I remember when I first got my Bobcat, I had people coming up to me going, "Oh, this thing is a beast." They were pretty impressed with it.
Don't you like getting all those compliments when your machines are new, or say you're driving a new car or something like Rocky, or they even showing off like my snowplow? You'll have guys that'll stop you and want to check it out there for a bit. They love to eye shop like that.
Eye shopping.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right. It's just like getting a new car. For those that are interested in it, it's an eye looker when you see a brand new piece of equipment.
Well, that's why I love this. It's like getting new stuff, Greg. It's like, oh, this looks nice for a while, and then once you start using it, bye. It quickly just gets kind of beat on. Like, check out the plow that I got, the Boss plow. The only gripe with that, it's already paid off. It's been a great. I mean, we had a busy winter here, guys, and I'm not even doing like huge commercial. I literally, guys, like, come on. I had 2 commercials, and I financed the plow for $3,400 in like 35 driveways, and I paid it off. That just puts it into perspective. Like, guys, I can't pay things off. Well, no, guys put themselves in too much debt. Well, it looked all nice and shiny, but the biggest gripe on that plow was the plastic, or it was not plastic, the rubber scraper there on the bottom. That's one of the most cheapest things that you to put on for $200, and it just wears down. So that's the only thing that I griped on it. But no, my plow still looks good. But the whole comment, or I guess the whole running joke with my Multiforce too, though, is, hey, yours looks really nice for $2,500. Well, guess what happens? Like how it looks like when it sees the salt. The salt wins.
Unfortunately, that's the case. That salt will always take over. So. But you've got something there that's going to be a nice tool for you to be able to work with. That rubber is going to wear out, so you might as well go ahead and I guess get yourself a backup for the season, right? How many did you go? Did you go through 2 of them this year?
Well, I went through. Schleybaugh gave me a metal scraper. I haven't put it on, and then I just flipped, so that rubber scraper, you can flip it upside down and then use the underside. Well, I've almost worn through that too. I was showing Rocky. It's because if that scraper is not uniform, it will kind of scrape the snow kind of funny. Because Rocky helped me out on a couple of events, and we make a pretty good team. Like, isn't it fun to work with someone, Rocky, who actually knows what he's doing?
Absolutely, buddy. It's not. I think I only went out with you once this year, or maybe twice, clearing the resis. It's a good workout, and yeah, you're pretty efficient on that, on your machine. And again, it's no different than in the summer. And you professionals know this. Your territory, when you have 4, 5, 6 in a row, it's pretty impactful in your time frame. When you're doing snow, especially, it's because you're not on a 9 to 5 kind of schedule, and it's nice. That's probably my biggest input.
And that's huge, isn't it?
And I'm gonna tune out here and let you guys get back at it. It's great to have you back, Evan. Congrats. I got to see his beautiful baby girl, and fortunately for her, she takes after her mama. So God bless her. You guys have a great week. Have a good Monday.
Awesome,
I'm
Rock.
gonna
Hey,
drop my daughter off here.
hey, Rock. Thanks. Hey, thanks for calling in, Evie. Have a
Thanks,
good day
Evie.
at school. Call me, Rock, about possibly. Rock might help me today or tomorrow, putting up some trim and some molding there in my basement here, just making it look better. But talk to you, Rock.
See you, Rocky.
Glad to help you. I'm gonna get on some my real estate. Take care of all the clients first, and I'll give you a shout. Take care, everybody.
Talk to you.
Bye.
You heard it first, guys, from the horse's mouth. Rocky Fowler. He helps me out. He's been doing real estate, Greg. But no, it's good to have friends who support and listen to us. And he can talk shop all day. I mean, I'm bouncing things off of him though too. And when it comes to equipment and things, and Rock's going to help me. So I went to the Home Depot the other day, Greg, and I bought like 20 feet of baseboard. Well, I didn't realize that so I bought 3 different ones. One was a 12-foot, and I bought 2 8-foots. Well, the 2 8-foots were the wrong design. And then on top of that 12-foot one I bought was for the ceiling. So I took everything back the other day, got regular baseboard, and then we're gonna put casing around the door there too. And I have a miter saw, and this is where we talk about getting better skills. I mean, it comes with the territory, guys. How do you think I got so good at using my blade sharpener or anything like that with our business? It takes time, but apparently with the miter saw, Greg, if you're cutting corners, you got to cut them at like 45 degrees. And I used to work at this custom cabinetry place back in the day, and well, if you messed up on the cuts, let me just be honest. Baseboard's not cheap. No.
Yeah. The actually, I read somewhere where the guy didn't actually cut at 45. What did he say he cut at? Because I made a mental note of it, but my mental note is gone. Lost it somewhere. But
You
he
should
didn't
remember everything, Greg.
he didn't cut at 45. I think he cut it like 42 because he said it fit together better. Because now that I think of it, is he said you're never going to have a perfect wall. It's not going to be as good as you like it. So he'd cut everything at 42 degree, and because he could fit it in better because his walls weren't perfectly square. Because you can't have a perfectly square wall.
Hey, Greg, never gonna have a perfect wall.
Wrong.
I had to do that, guys. Greg
Yeah.
was just setting himself. But no, you're probably right with that, because what we did with our basement, Greg, is we built. So last time Greg was over, when I was helping him, I gave him my old Zoom pod track. I have a support pole in my basement, Greg, and we actually put the walls, like we basically hid the pole, so like you couldn't
Yeah.
see it. And
Put it right in the corner.
brother-in-law
on the
Joe
inside.
did a pretty good job of making it. It looks really symmetrical and really straight. And I hate cutting drywall. Oh man, talk about allergies. You would have wanted been down here, Greg, when we were cutting stuff. Didn't kick up that much dust, but I'd almost rather mow than deal with drywall.
Drywall shouldn't create that much dust. The mess is when you're trying to sand it, but cutting drywall is not that big of a deal. All you got to do is just score it and snap it.
I had some issues scoring it there because I don't think I was using the right knife. And it wasn't cutting very flush though either. I like I said, it comes with the territory. We're trying to get better at. I mean, I could frame stuff. I built a table last year. I am not afraid to try, and that's where I think you and I both have won, Greg. We aren't afraid to just go out there and try it. Come on, you got into the lawn business late in life. You're like, okay, I'll just try it, and you even said I can do this, and it just takes some patience and time, and if you don't try, you'll never know.
No, it's fortunately I had some experience from cutting in the old days, and so that helped. And then and I knew how to run a business because I'd had a business and all my years of sales and such. So I knew roughly what to do, and I knew how to speak with the clients or potential clients. So that was always good for me. But yeah, you gotta work on it, and you gotta develop a skill set. But like you said, I just learned some of the stuff I learned how to do. Some of it I don't. I just take it to the shop and say, go ahead and fix it. But I learned a lot from you as well. So you were a big help for me when I got started. And because I was calling you all the time saying or asking, how do I do this, or what
He
should
would
I
call
do
me all
here?
the time.
Hello, this is Greg.
Yeah. And but even sharpening blades, you got on me about sharpening my blades.
Everyone's getting so like on me right now about sharpening blades. Go on.
Yeah.
Set me up.
Well, you were asking me if I was sharpening blades. No, I don't need to sharpen my blades. And then I needed to sharpen my blades.
Well, this is coming from the guy, Greg. I mean, when I was mowing with Zach, when I had Zach work with me for 10 years, I don't know, the first 5 or 7 years, I mean, I cared. No one ever got on me, but I would mow over whatever I saw. Oh, there's a plastic water bottle. Thud. Oh, I'm gonna hit this and hit that. But I mean, I never had really any spindle problems. The only time I ever had a spindle problem was when I put on the X Blades by Corey Ballard. That's a whole different topic for a different day. Even though the X Blades do work, I just when I put it on my X Mark rider, it went bye. So should we hop into this one flyer thing here, Greg, or are we getting close here? I mean, we got 5 minutes.
We can. You've
I
got a
just wanted
flyer,
to
and
read
I've got
this
a
here.
flyer.
So here, I have a flyer, guys. It came in from Denny's Landscaping and Tree Removal since 2018, and he said this. This is kind of interesting. This is just a typical one for the neighborhood. Good afternoon. Our company's larger crew will be doing tree work in your neighborhood in the next week or so. If you have a large tree or multiple trees you need removed, pruned, or needing clearing work done, now would be a great time to save on a larger tree care project. Keep your family and property safe. Call now for a free estimate. Financing available for most customers. Interesting. Call us. The number there, but it's a James Dendy, owner, Dendy's Tree Removal, fully insured. Okay, so here we go. First responder discount, military discount, and a senior discount. Maybe it's the profit margins with the trees, with the tree industry, Greg. What do you guys think? 856-446-873, but and then, okay, tree removals, ornamental pruning, hazardous removals, crane services, storm damage cleanup, emergency services, and land and lot clearing. Financing available. Huh. We'd never offer financing, Greg, would we?
No, I'm not doing financing. But well, this tree guy's had a neighbor across the street from us. He had 4 trees taken down. It was like a $4,000 job. So I guess I could see the financing on that. I got one here from a lawn company. I'm not going to say his name because he put it in the mailbox, which he wasn't supposed to do. And
I used to do it though back in the day. We all did.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna out him here, but he's offering, and I've done this too. First mow free, serviced 100 plus of your local neighbors, which he gives his phone number, free quote for a free quote today. And he offers the services on the back. This is just a little postcard size flyer that he did. Services include weekly lawn cut, mulch, rock installs, dirt and bed work, weeding, spring, fall cleanups, tree and brush work, and much more. He says more about us is we're a student-run business, serviced 100%. I already said that. And focus on consistency and reliability. And they show a couple of pictures of some mulch work they've done. Looks like they cut some pretty straight lines. And because he's got a picture of their stripes there, and then a picture of them, can barely see it, but it's a picture apparently of these 2 guys standing in front of their truck. So, but so I might be passing out flyers today.
Yeah.
And I was going to do that because I've got a couple of my clients that have decided that a $2 price increase is too much. So, and they haven't gotten back with me. So I'm thinking, if I pick up 2 other clients and or a couple other clients, I'll just drop them. So
I'm going to try to market myself though on Facebook groups with videos. I might try doing that. I don't really need to pass out too many flyers. I mean, I might have some for aerations, but I'm going to try to do everything on Facebook because you don't want to overbook and then not get your jobs that you need to get done. Eric, the turf teacher Jones, will be on 5 minutes late. Here's another flyer that I saw on Facebook, Greg. It says, need a mow? Chris's Lawn Care, insured. Weekly, bi-weekly, every 4th cut free.
How's that guy going to make any money? He's doing bi-weekly and every 4th cut free.
Well, it says weekly, every 4th cut free. Then there's also bi-weekly mowing, weeding, or weed eating and edging. So I was sifting through some of the comments. I thought, okay, well, if you're doing weekly and every 4th cut free, then just factor it in. So if it's like
that's what he's doing.
50 cuts, like $50 a cut, he'd probably do like $60 a cut. So they make it seem like they're getting deal. But why would you do that?
I don't know. It's a gimmick. That's what he's trying to do, is create some kind of a gimmick. He's just raising his price. And and that's when people want the discount, that's the old sales technique is, oh yeah, we mark it up to mark it down. That thing's $4,000 when it's really $3,500. And they say, well, we'll give it to you. It's $4,000, but I'll give it to you for $38,000. and then you haggle them down to 35. They still made the same money what they were planning on making. If they get 38 out of it, they're happy. So
Every fourth are people that dense or don't get it? I mean, when some people catch on that every fourth cut free, I mean, you would shop it. So here's what you would do. I'd get a quote from Greg. Evan offers every fourth cut free. Greg says $50 a week. Evan says 55 to 60. And then, right? So I'll mow you for $60 a cut, and the fourth cut is free, which I guess it's just I mean, guys will do it even in the lawn care industry. They'll get on the gimmicks, won't they?
yeah. The other thing about that is that technically, if he's doing every fourth cut free, it's not once a month you get a free cut because there's 4.3 weeks in a month.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to really keep track of, okay, so in April, I started in mid-April. So mid-May, I've got fourth cut. And then,
That's a
May
headache.
May is 30 days or 31 days. So now it's going to start to shift a little bit. You're going to be mowing the first week. That's just too much work. So, but I don't like that. And although I've done like this guy that I was reading the flyer, he does first mow free, which the other problem with that is if you do your first cut and then somebody comes back to you and says, oh yeah, I'm good, I don't need you to do anything. So you got everything prepped for him for the season and you did all your trimming and did all that stuff. And now they say, okay, I'm good. So I do on my flyers, I offer 2 free cuts to new clients.
Oh yeah, talk about that for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do 2 free cuts to the clients, but I don't offer it at the beginning of the season. I give it to them at the end of the season because I don't want somebody coming up and saying, "Oh yeah, I'm good now. You gave me my first 2 cuts free. I don't need you to cut anymore. I don't like your cut." So I wind up giving them 2 free cuts for the beginning of the season. So I tell them that, the free cuts comes in at the end of the season. That's because I've had a couple of people. That's because I've had a couple of people just cheat me and try and walk away after I did the first 2 cuts. So
Well, that's even loyalty though too. I mean, offering the 2 free cuts and factoring it in there. Guys, that's all we got for today. We've been on for an hour. We're off Turf's Up right now. Keeping Up with the Joneses is on. If you're listening on the app, we're no longer on the app anymore. Had a great amount of viewers on YouTube. We got 3 on YouTube right now. It keeps going up and down. So that's nice. Guys, we'll see you tomorrow in the next one. We are back in the saddle. Get out there and crush it because that's where Greg and I are going to be doing too. We're going to be doing cleanups here maybe later on this week or early next week. Thanks, guys.